Okay guys, I just wanted to send you this really quick tutorial on how to use your new website. So Squarespace is the platform that you're using. I've taken it out of development mode so that you guys pretty much have a higher level access to go in and be able to modify things. There are a few things. Obviously, everybody is not going to have access to it. It'll be a choice couple people. Um, but you'll be able to refer back to this video at any time if you need to train new people on how to do it. I recommend if you guys have any major or drastic changes that you contact me about it. Obviously, we'll work something out. I'm not concerned about that. What I'm concerned about is more obviously having to go in and replace things that could get a little hairy for you guys. So this is what you guys are going to see when you sign in. On the left hand side here, you're going to have basically all of the features and functions that you're going to be able to utilize in the platform. It does give you kind of like a smaller screen. So if you click over here at the top left, you can basically bring it to the user experience. So now you're in kind of an experience where you can navigate the entire website like one of your users. You'll notice up here at the top, it comes up with its own naming structure. Just ignore this when you're actually logged into the website. But you'll notice down here, once we go back into let's go into pages here. You'll see the different pages that are laid out for you guys. We'll go over here to services. There's a couple things that are really tricky about this. It's not the most user-friendly when it comes to, say, like just typing. This is not Word. This is not Excel, where you would think right now, I'm going to click right here and I'm going to start typing. And under normal circumstances, that's perfectly fine to do. In certain circumstances on this website, you're not able to do things like that. So you always want to be really careful when you're going in and editing something, because you might not necessarily always be on the right line item, even though it may look like you are. So I'm going to try and give you an example here in 1 second. At any given time, when you go in and modify this, you could actually like say try and take away the bold here. Well, it's not going to let you do it because you're not actually, like, as I'm clicking on this, I'm not actually on, I'm on the entire paragraph. So if I'm clicking and highlighting the entire paragraph, notice how it's not doing anything as I'm clicking bold. So as I'm going through this, it's going to play some games with you. So you want to be really careful about what you edit. Now, in a situation like this, what I would do is, before you go in and edit something, is to get your cursor in place and then hit the space bar. And notice how the normal changed when I did that. I'm going to go back and show you again. Bear with me here. So right now I'm clicked here and it's saying heading 1. But the second I hit the space bar, it's going to change. Which brings me into the other format, which is now I'm able to type. So now I can go in here and I can type whatever I want. I'm just going to put it back to normal. But so there are some nuances. So when you go in to start changing this stuff, again, you want to be really careful. Make sure that you know what it's doing before you do it, and then you always have the cancel button. If it does something like deletes an entire line or deletes a word or doesn't bold it the way that you want it to, stop what you're doing, go back, hit cancel, and it'll bring back and revert all those changes. So what I've seen people do in the past is they'll go in there and they're like, I want to edit this entire page, and then they can't get it back the way that they wanted to get it back. And then they go in there and save the changes and then call me. Well, now all that information is gone. So then I have to go back in and recreate the wheel if you guys do things like that. So be real careful about editing things. If you want to add new things, that's not a problem. And I can show you where to do that right here. So I'm going to go to our team. And let's just say that we get a new team member that we want to add their bio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and you kind of got to hover around the page, and it'll pull up the edit button. Or you can come over here and hit edit here as well. This goes into the actual pages, your SEO, the different hero image that's at the top of the page, and advanced. The only time you'll mess with these settings are when you create a new page. Again, I don't recommend you guys creating a new page on your own because you would probably want to do subcategories at this point because you don't got a lot of room up here. So unless we wanted to start doing drop downs and stuff like that, I wouldn't recommend it. But in order to add a new bio, is you would again come up and edit the page. Just take me a second here. It's goofing with me. And then you can actually add a new block. So you would say either add text or in this case, you would just be adding text, and then you can come in and put John, John, whatever, and then bold it, make it in line with what you have with all the rest of your employees up above. Now again, this is pretty self-explanatory. So right now I believe so like we have the name and the actual the title of the person, which, if I'm not mistaken, which I can't do it right this second, but I believe when you click on these blue links, I believe they go directly to the email address. So in that situation, what you'd want to do is you'd want to highlight, just like in this part, in this aspect is like Word, where you would want to highlight the user's name and then come over here to link. And then at that point, once you link it, just going to make a liar out of me here. Hold on. You would just type mail ... or you can come over here to email to. You can even subject the subject line, a body, whatever your options. I mean, I think right now all we did was just the email address, but that goes for all links. That goes for files, phone numbers if you wanted to actually be something that's clickable from their cell phone, email address, web page, and then web address. So as you're creating content or blog articles or even job applications and stuff like that, you'll want to remember that link button that's there. And as far as overall use, these are hidden pages that are not linked. I'm actually going to end up deleting 3 of these. Hank's page also, I believe. So let me take a look here real quick. Yeah, so we removed Hank's page as well. So I'll have that. I think he at one point had his own little link. I don't know if we want to keep that or not. I don't think so. So somebody get back to me on that one. At any rate, so again, some of the more detailed stuff, like I mentioned, this is where you go in as far as your SEO and stuff like that. I'm going in. I have gone in on some of these pages and actually filled out a description for you guys on each one of these pages, but that's kind of like more of a secondary thing. I mean, I don't think we quoted me doing SEO, so at this point we'll probably circle back to the marketing side of stuff. So let me get back in here to your analytics. So if you guys want, you can look at different reporting options. So if you want to see who's hitting your website when, where, I'm sure some of you are familiar with analytics, and you can actually, drill down in here and see, who's coming out and seeing you, why they're coming to you, what they're looking for to find you, which would be your your keywords. I'm assuming you guys do some sort of marketing with another company, so they'll be able to actually like hook you up with Google Analytics. If you guys do already have an analytics account, you can let me know and I'll set you guys up for that. And then, again, it'll tell you who's looking at you and from where, so you can, kind of drill through that kind of stuff. Which is kind of interesting. So, and then again, I mean, to go into this is just basically all the administration stuff. So again, your business information, which is actually not even in there yet, so we don't even need that. Again, this just kind of registers you with Squarespace, so it's not a big deal. Your information on Google and everything like that is already out there, so you're an established business. And then, your social links, which we still need to kind of discuss. I mean, I've put out there, the Facebook and Twitter, but I'm not necessarily sure you guys even have a Twitter account. So I don't know if that's something you guys want me to remove or if you want me to actually create those social media accounts. I would need to know who is going to actually run them. Facebook, it looks like you guys are doing pretty good on, as far as being, posting once a month or every couple months or whatever. So let me know if you guys need any help with that. The careers page, that's going to be something that I'm going to be doing a one-on-one with either Brian and whoever the designated people are going to be for that. That's going to be a separate application. That's that Woofu. There's not a whole heck of a lot to it. But I will log into it real quick and just show you guys at least just the basics on it. So this is it. You're going to log into it. You're going to have this one. I'm going to remove this at some point here. This is the job application. And it's basically, again, created all of the applications that you guys wanted, and then we would go. You guys essentially would be coming into. Let's see here. There we go. So into files, and then so this is probably just the test applications that we've sent out. I doubt that these are any legitimate ones. And then again, these kind of come in as, docs. So taking a look at this. Yeah, these are the ones that we created. So you're able to download the file. Sorry, my computer's acting up, guys. Well, regardless, this is the actual file that you guys have already looked at. I forwarded it over to you guys, so I'm not sure why my computer's not opening it right now. I apologize, but so basically, you guys will get an email, once a day or however, whenever they actually come in. And you'll be able to actually go through and see all of these applications that, as they're coming in. And again, this is just the, what do you call it? The just the overview in the dashboard. So as these pile up, you'll see the alerts, kind of going through, and then you can kind of go through and open up each individual one. Now, if these people put in different, I mean, if you guys start getting hundreds a month, then we would want to look at getting you a different plan. I'm assuming that's not the case, but if you ever get there, we can upgrade this as need be. But so I will pass this information off to everybody involved, and you guys can decide who is going to be the owner of that. I'm assuming it's going to be HR or somebody. So we'll I'll give a more in-depth tutorial with this, and I'll also show you the emails and stuff like that that start coming through. Also, for a little while, I'll probably be leaving myself on this so that I can monitor it for you guys, just in case something slips through the cracks. I can kind of poke you guys every once in a while to make sure that you're looking at certain things and doing certain things. Okay, real quick, I'm just going to jump back over to the website again. So I know this is, kind of going back and forth, but I just wanted to get that job application thing out of the way. From the original time that I started this, I actually created the job application thing as a web page, or not the job application, the job postings for new employees. And then I thought about it a little bit, and I was like, it's probably going to be a little bit more difficult for you guys to deal with it that way. So what I did was I went ahead and created it as a blog, which was why you guys saw my actual name at the bottom of the page at one point. So what I did was I created this blog called Careers. The reason I did it this way is because it's really, really easy, even from your telephone, to create a blog. And it also, there's a way that I can actually limit somebody's access so that you could even have an intern, somebody that really isn't that skilled in technology, or it's basically a data entry at that point. So it's nothing that would be dangerous for somebody to go in and touch. So I could give anybody access to create these jobs. Right now, I've given Brian a really higher level access, but for this reason, so that he can also do this this job. But at this point, right now, what you're looking at is basically what that designated person would see. They would not be able to come back here and modify anything else, or go into any of the billing information or anything. So if we come back in here and we go back to the blog, I basically just created it like this. So it's a new blog entry, but it's the actual job. All right, and then we hit apply now, and it goes over to the application. So again, it would just basically be hitting the plus sign, put in the name of the job, or job position, and then a brief description of the job. And then down here, these little bubbles, when you hit those little bubbles, they give you all kinds of options of the different things that you can do. So at this point, I would hit button. I would change this to apply now. And then I would click down here, and it would go to the page. So which page would I want to go to? Well, when I click up here on the search button, it's going to bring me to every page that's available on the website. And clearly at this point, we would want to go to Careers. And then save. And then test job, let's just call it that. And I'm going to hit save and publish. And I spelled description wrong, excuse me. So now this job is also going to be out there, and obviously there'd be a bigger description. And then I hit apply now. It goes to where I need to be. So you'll notice on here it does say Joe McAvoy, because I'm the one that posted it. But if I want to change that, I would just come back over here. Let's go to the test job, the options, author. Right now, we have Brian Bade. We have First American Courier, Henry. I'm just going to go First American Courier because this is just a job posting. We don't want somebody looking up Brian Bade and then actually like having them call him directly, you know, creeping him out. So now, again, there'd obviously be more description, but when you look at this, you'll see both of the jobs there, you know, ready and available. So I'm going to go in here real quick just so that you guys don't something weird out there. I'm going to delete this job real quick. So it's as easy as that. And again, when you guys are done with these jobs, you can do, you know, one of two things. If it's a similar job that you guys always have, you know, you can come out here and, you know, you can actually, you know, shut it down or, you know, pause it or delete it. So, you know, I always just suggest going ahead and, you know, deleting it. I think that one's a legitimate one, so we're going to confirm that deletion. We're going to delete this one as well. No, actually, you know what? I think we're going to keep this one. I think it's a legitimate position. But so for the most part, guys, this is really, you know, it's just that simple. You know, I don't recommend you guys getting too creative. I'm always available to answer questions. I definitely don't mind doing that. So if you get into a situation where, you know, you think you maybe are in over your head, always hit that cancel button, back out, shoot me an email or shoot me a text, and I'm you know, always happy to help you guys out. You know, if it's something that's, you know, bigger, then obviously we have to discuss it. But, you know, if you guys are asking me quick questions or you need me to run in there real quick and do something for you, I don't have a problem with that. You know, it's, you know, when we start creating multiple pages and stuff like that, it's just where I really want you to be, you know, careful. I'm not saying that, you know, this is something that somebody can't do. I'm just saying, you know, again, just let me advise you a little bit. I'm always here to help. So, you know, at this point, I think this is kind of where we're going to leave it. Again, this is just really quick and rough, but I think it'll, you know, give you guys, you know, the overall ability to kind of, you know, go in there and, you know, make some minor changes if you need to. One thing I will recommend, stay away from this page. The design aspect of Squarespace can get a little bit, you know, tricky when you start going in here and messing with different styles and stuff like that. This stuff I cannot replicate. I don't have a copy of that part of it. So if you guys make drastic changes, it could take me a while to kind of figure out what was done. So I, you know, just I would be really, really careful in this design area. But if you guys kind of stay in the pages, definitely stay in the marketing and analytics, and then every once in a while you might need to go into settings. But other than that, pages is really where your playground should be, you know, as far as from my experience goes. But again, feel free to always ask questions, and if you have any more, let me know. This is also a really cool function if you do make changes, come on up here and go to the little iPhone app, and it basically shrinks it down, you know, to let you know what the changes you've made and how it's affected social media. So this is a tablet view, so this is how most tablets are going to be seeing your website. And then also you got your normal computer screen. So all right, guys, well, if you have any more questions, hope you enjoyed this video, and I can definitely do updates on this video as well. So take a look, let me know what questions you have, and then we'll schedule a call for this week. All right, bye.